Alright, so I have an old clock that I got from my grandma's house. It stopped working a couple years ago, like probably 20 years ago, literally older than I am. And I found it in a drawer after she passed away and brought it home to see if it would work. It worked for a couple hours, it kept time good, and then it stopped working, and I was like, man. So I wanted to work on it, so I took the back apart, I took the mechanism apart. What it ends up being is that this brown piece right there. There's a gear that goes on top of it. It connects to this white gear right here. It's completely brittle. It shattered into pieces. And I don't have one to replace it with. I don't have one that small. It was either like a 10 or 11 tooth. I couldn't tell. It was literally like just falling apart as I was touching it. But if anyone has worked with one of these clocks or remotely understands how this works, please explain, because I am absolutely confused. So I figured when opening this, it was just going to be like a normal, and I don't even know how this one works now. This one might be the same way. This is another clock that I have that just plugs into the wall. It's got a smooth hand that goes around. That's what this one is. I figured when I opened this up, you were going to have a motor with a gear on it, and they were all just kind of going to spin. That's how this was set up. I am extremely wrong. I have no idea how this works. So your power wires come into this thing, which is going to be your transformer of some kind. But I guess this works magnetically or something like that, because this right here, to me, I had this out in my hand when I was taking the gear off. It is just a round piece of plastic, unless it has magnets or something inside of it on just a metal shaft like the rest of these are. And I was looking at this like it was a motor. I kept looking for gears, where the motor shaft was, where the gears going. I can't find it. It doesn't exist. So I was like, whatever. So I just, put it back together, not thinking, I don't know how this works. So let me plug this in. So as you can see here, if it'll focus, this brown, I guess I'll call it a gear, I don't know. It's not a gear, is what drives this thing. I'm not touching it because I almost guarantee you, I think what's happening is you've got power on both sides of this, and it might be magnetic, I'm not sure. But something is powering that to move. Something is making that move. And I don't know what it is. I know it's this, but I don't know how. There's no wires over here. There's nothing attached to this thing over here. See these fangs coming down? I almost guarantee you this is somehow magnetic. But I'm not sure. If anyone knows, please explain it to me. I've never seen anything quite like this in a clock before. But it's pretty cool. Hopefully I can get a gear. Yeah, you can see on top of it right there, there's supposed to be a gear. You can see that metal shaft right there. I don't have a gear to fit it. I want to get this up and running again, but yeah. Like I said, it worked for a little while before that gear completely gave out, but that's just very strange. I did not expect to see that.